Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Tamika Robinson, and here on this channel, we're all about uplifting, encouraging, and motivating you to become a better version of yourself by solely focusing on you and learning how to heal from the things that, we all know we need to heal from. So if you are new here, I would like to welcome you. If you are returning, then I want to personally say thank you, and I'm going to jump right into it. Okay, this channel is for people, who just never got the chance or the opportunity to heal from a lot of things that, they had to go through and suffered as a child growing up. So if that's not your story, then this is not going to be for you, and I'm okay with that. So getting right to it. Look, today I have a message, right? Y'all know I'm always talking about how, we gotta be alone and we gotta walk this walk alone, and it's not easy, right? It's not easy. And, once you get into the rhythm, okay, of loving on yourself, learning how to love yourself, learning how to set boundaries, and figuring out that it's a lot of people that, you were hanging around 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, that those was just not your people, right? So it's going to be hard in the beginning for you to come to the realization that, it's a lot of people that is not going to be able to travel along with you on this journey, right? And it's going to look like you are lonely, or, you need some company, or you need a friend, or, you need somebody. And on this journey to self-love discovery, you don't need nobody but you and God. You, that voice in your head, and God. Because see, in today's society and the way that the world is moving today, everybody is doing things for likes, for subscribers, for followers, for look at me, look what I'm doing. And if the world like it and the world accept it and everybody pressing on that like button, then that person feels validated, right? But see, here on this journey, when you walking down that narrow road, you're not gonna have no likes, no followers, no subscribers, no people that's clapping and cheering you on and encouraging you and telling you that they're proud of you, right? So guess what? You must learn to be okay with other people not supporting you on your journey. See, you didn't take this journey for other people. You're not on this journey to learn how to love yourself, to be approved and accepted by other people and society. No, you taking this journey because you are tired of carrying around baggage and wounds that you've been running around in your life trying to act like you okay, and as if these things that you suffered from early on in your childhood didn't affect you or don't have any effects on your life, when you know that it do. So with that being said, you got to do what's required. And then you got to remember that you're walking with God this time. Okay? You're not running around with your family and your people and shaking up and doing things the way that you guys used to do it when you was a part of the gang and a part of the crew, or, included in the group chats. No. God does not operate like that. So with that being said, God does not view time like we view it, because his ways are higher than our ways and his thoughts are higher than our thoughts. So what I'm trying to say is, you could be separated and set apart for a whole year. Let's just say a year. So that means you're going to have to learn how to sit with yourself, deal with yourself, encourage yourself, love yourself, stay true to your path when nobody's looking, nobody's holding your hand for that year. And even though it's a year to you, God doesn't view that whole year like you view it. God sees that year as a blink of his eye. So if you stay the course and do what you're supposed to do and not get weak and vulnerable and get lonely and feeling like, oh no, I can't do this. I can't do this. I got to have people around, or I got to do what everybody else is doing because I want to be included. I want to go to the parties and all of that. If you are sticking to the script, pushing through each and every day, learning how to sit with self, okay, and doing the things that's required of you in order for you to become a better you, you are going to make it down this journey. Because see, God promised that he would never leave us and never forsake us, right? But he also said that you have to choose. You got to pick a side. You can't be a friend of the world and still be a friend of God's, because it's not going to work like that. So if you thinking that you can still go to all the birthday parties and be included in what everybody else got going on, and then separate and come over here and start working on yourself and learning how to heal, it's not going to work. The two does not mix in together. Okay? So you're going to have birthdays and holidays and family reunions and cookouts and kickbacks that you are just not going to be able to be a part of, right? But while you are not being a part of that, you're not just sitting around folding your hands. No, you have to learn how to do the inner work. You have work to do. It's going to take a whole lot out of you and from you, just in order for you to learn, first of all, how to pour into self. Because if you're watching this channel, then you know you suffered through some childhood abandonment or childhood trauma issues, which teaches us the total opposite. Not to focus and pour in on self, but to focus and pour into other people, to be accepted. So you have to relearn all of the things that you have been taught. So you're not just sitting around doing nothing. You're not just sitting around bored. Because see, that voice, that inner compass that you have inside of you is a small, still, quiet voice. And it's going to take some training, okay, for you to be able to, first of all, hear that small, still voice. Second of all, learn to pay attention to what you are hearing. Third of all, you got to learn how to trust that voice. So if that voice tell you to get up and go left and you don't understand why, and you see that you're thinking with your natural eyes that there's nothing on the left, but the voice inside of you is telling you to go left, you got to go left. And if you got a whole bunch of people around you, and if you got people distracting you, and if you don't have no boundaries put up with people, meaning they can pull on your energy and call you and demand your presence and demand your attention and your energy, you are not going to hear that voice. So while you alone, learn how to put the work in, because it's going to require work. It takes work coming from childhood trauma to get up in the mirror and look at yourself and love what you see, just the way that you are. It takes time, okay, and quietness to sit and think about what you are thinking about. Because see, the battlefield starts in the mind. Whatever you tell yourself is what's going to determine how your day is going to go. Right? Whatever you allow, whatever thoughts, that you allow to run through your mind unchecked, and they are negative about you, okay? That's how your day is gonna go. If you put on an outfit and everybody looking at you sideways like, oh, what's she wearing that for? And why did you wear that? And you should have put this on. And it's gonna cause insecurities within you because you are paying attention to what everybody else has to say about you. On this journey, you learn how to listen to you, pay attention to you, that's inside of your mind and inside of your heart. It's going to build up muscle. It's going to build up strength if you stay the course and teach you that it's okay to be alone. Look around. It's a lot of people that can't even move if they don't have a group of people with them. Okay? If they don't have a group of people praising what they do and how they dress and how they walk and how they talk and how they wear their hair and how their wig is done. If they don't have a whole bunch of people clapping, they don't feel good about themselves. So on this journey, confirmation, excuse me, on this journey to self-love discovery. When you have to spend so much time alone, you're going to have to learn how to journal. Okay, you're going to have to learn how to get them stinking thinking thoughts out of your mind, replace them with good thoughts. Okay, you and the Holy Spirit become one. So that means now, you know, you're going to be switching up some things, right? You're going to be dressing different, walking different, feeling different, talking different, because now you only have you and your voice to pay attention to, you and your wants and your desires to tend to. And the more you tend to your field, the better your crop is going to be. And that's not going to happen overnight. Yeah, you're going to have some days where you kind of a little pissed off, you know, because all these people that God has separated you from, these are the same people that you poured into. And when you start pouring into yourself and learning how to love yourself, they're going to turn their back on you. They're going to talk about you. They're going to call you crazy. They're going to treat you as if they never even knew you. And you got to be okay with that. Because on this journey, it's all about you. All you want to do is make it through this journey and get to the end of the road, right? And see, God is so good that He's healing things and changing things and fixing things as you help Him on the inside. So when you do make it to the end of the road, you're going to be okay. You're going to be solid. You're going to be standing on a solid foundation. Can't nobody come up and tell you, oh, girl, I don't like that shirt, girl. Why you got your hair like that? It's not going to affect you. It's not going to bother you, because you now know you're not living, dressing, acting for other people. You waking up doing exactly what you want to do. Feeling good about it. Unapologetically being yourself. So it's a lot of inner work that we have to learn how to do to pour into ourselves. Just like you got to get up every day and you got to feed your belly, your body, because you're hungry, right? Your spirit also needs to be fed. Your inner garden, your inner man or woman has to be tended to with your personal hygiene and your spiritual hygiene. The two goes and ties into together. You can't just worry about your outside hygiene and then forget about your spirit. You got to learn on this journey, and if you continue and if you stay the course on this journey, you are going to learn how to tend to your physical hygiene, and then you're going to learn how to not let your spiritual hygiene go unchecked, meaning your prayer life with God, your journaling, right? You sitting around figuring out how you want things to look in your life, how you want things to go, how you want to show up in this world for yourself, not for everybody else. So it's a lot of little things. You know, we definitely won't cover it in a small period of time, but this is just some of the things. Journaling, writing down your feelings, because you are alone, right? You walk in this path alone. You ain't got a whole bunch of people with you. So you are going to have to learn how to journal to get those emotions out, up and out of you and on paper. Physically look at them. Okay, and if there's some things on there that you don't like, then you're going to have to learn how to retrain your mind to see better things for yourself. That takes exercise. Just like a person that want to be, muscle bound, they got to get up and go to the gym every day. And they are going to do that, especially if they are doing it because they want to appear strong and muscular to the world and to other people, right? But see, that inner man, your inner spirit, is more concerned with getting that pain out of your heart, healing the pain from your past, not walking around pretending like that never happened to you, not living your life acting as if you don't need to get healing, just forget about it. No, the inner man wants to heal you. You want to be healed from the inside. Then focus more on the outside, because then the two is going to go together no matter what. Because if you tend to the inner man, then the outer man is going to already follow, because everything starts from the inside. This world that we living in, right? God created this world in the spirit first. He didn't just snap his fingers and let the physical world appear and left the spiritual out. No, everything happened in the spirit first. Then the world appeared. And that's the same way it is with you. So I'm just saying all this to say, Don't get tired of being alone. Don't get tired of being with yourself. Don't get tired of doing some of the redundant things that you are going to be, repetitive things that you're going to be doing on a daily basis, and sitting on the sideline watching everybody else look like as if it's just an illusion that they're having a great time and they're all together, and you just over here waiting on God. No, God is going to be the one to finish the work that he has started in you, the great work that he has started in you. But it's you that's going to get you there. You have to do the work. Faith without works is dead. So you have a certain amount of abilities, that you have to tend to while you are alone. Right? And if you stay the course long enough, God gonna show you what you're supposed to do. God is gonna lead you to the right places at the right time, and he's gonna give you ideas, and you're gonna be able to learn how to keep yourself busy, loving you, learning you, getting into a relationship with yourself, because you got to put the same time in with you that you do other people. Yeah, that's how this thing works here. So I just want to get on here real quick and remind you that the inner work must be done. Be willing to do the inner work. That's why while you in the beginning of this journey, you can't have your eyes on nobody. You can't be watching nobody's page, man. You can't be worried about how everybody's shaking and moving and what they posting and how they dressing and what they got going on, because it will take your mind off of you being comfortable, being on your journey alone, quiet and still, right? Being in hermit mode until God tell you it's okay for you to come out. And this is no dib or no jab to anybody who runs in a group or is celebrating their life all the time. If that's the route that they want to go and those are the things that they want to do, then so be it, right? But you, coming from the trauma and the things that you want to heal, you're going to have to stop and separate and be set apart and sit down and be still for a while until you learn how to become one with yourself and learn how to trust in this God that we cannot see, and believe that all of this that you're doing is not for nothing. God said his word will not return to him void. So whatever God set out to do inside of you on your healing journey, he's going to complete it. But you can't move ahead of him, you can't lag behind him, and you can't walk beside him. You just got to wait on God. Those who wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. Right? So you're going to be okay. It's okay to be by yourself. And check this out. If you have such a problem with spending time alone and learning how to love yourself, and you want to be quick to jump into these different friendships and relationships, what makes you think that somebody else is going to want to live with you and dwell with you if you can't live and dwell with yourself? So at the end of the day, it's not going to feel good. Some of your emotions is going to be running up and down and high and low, and you're going to feel a certain way about certain things. But don't give up. Don't give in. Don't go back to going to do things to perform for other people that never really loved you or respected you in the first place. And trust in this God that we can't see, that things are going to be better for you when you get to the end of your journey. You're going to have people that's surrounding you that love you. You're going to be able to get into a committed, loyal, faithful relationship if you are willing to put the work into you. So look, y'all know we're not here for a long time. We're here for a good time. And if anybody have not yet told you today how much they love you, let me be the first to tell you how much I love you. But most importantly, Jesus loves us so much more. Thank you so very much for listening to me today. Stay prayed up and have a blessed day.